free college football picks. This is week 6, part 1. I'm Tony T with our college football pick show here for Monday. We got 9 games for you from the Saturday slate. Of course, we're going to do these in parts. We'll get you about 9 to 8 games a day until we get them all completed. Before we get started, just a couple of things. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have free college football picks updated all season long. Free picks every day from all the major sports like NFL, like Major League Baseball playoffs. Lots of live shows over our channel, starting with Morning Steam, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We've got Tiffany and Mindy Monday through Friday with the midday plays. Offering you a lot of plays here, making it a great time to subscribe. And also, if you would, support our channel with that like, that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. Remember, visit our site, Tony'sPicks.com. We're a multi-capper site showcasing top cappers in our industry. Click the links to the hot cappers. Get signed up to long-term passes. You'll see the hot cappers up here like Ramon Scott for the year. He's been on absolute fire. We've got also Joseph Schultz with a fantastic year as well. Ramon last 30 days has been red hot. Collins Brown, Nick Martini coming up here, as well as last 7 days, it's been Martini, Brown, Scott, Walzachuk getting up there, Hollywood Sam, probably with a big day yesterday, Daniel, Ben Ruhala, Collins. We have props now, guys, so check those out. We're seeing some great performances. Click the links to the hot cappers, get signed up. You'll find the latest premium picks here, center of the page. And of course, you can follow the tabs for our premium plays here. As you'll see here, we've got best bets. We have our $15 premium pick, our multi-packs, and also new feature now props. We're selling props, individual plays and packages, profit guaranteed. These props must turn a profit on the amount you purchase, credit back to your account for side credits. That is profit guaranteed, just like the rest of our one-day passes. Ben's ready to roll with 3-pack of props from Monday Night Football, so go ahead and get signed up there. Of course, you can scroll some more. You may purchase these plays a la carte from our pick ticker. There you'll find the team versus team information and the prop up there as well. So check it out and get signed up. You can save 20% off all pre and pick packages when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access our page by clicking the link in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, get signed up. We always love to hear from you guys. You may post your picks in the comments. We're all looking for cappers, so apply on that home page. All right, let's go ahead and let's get this one started. Oklahoma and Texas college football pick for action on Saturday. Oklahoma 5-0 after their 50-20 home victory at Iowa State. Sooners rushed for 157 yards. They did allow the Cyclones 152 rushing yards for nearly 6 yards a carry, with 202 passing on 37 attempts. Dylan Gabriel completed 26 of 39 for 366 yards with 3 touchdowns and an interception. He averaged 9.4 yards per attempt and had 2 rushing touchdowns. Texas sits at 5-0 after their 40-14 home victory to Kansas. Longhorns rushed for 336 yards. They allowed 5 yards a carry to the Jayhawks with 196 passing yards on 21 attempts. Quinn Ewers hit on 25 of 35 for 325 yards with a touchdown and interception. He averaged 9.3 yards per pass attempt and rushed for 40 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kansas quarterback Jalen Daniels missed the game due to a back injury. Now the Longhorns won last year's meeting 49-0 behind 585 yards, so the Sooners 195. Texas has 10 starters back from last year's team on offense. Longhorns 17th in the nation in total defense, holding teams to 291 yards a game as they're really strong against the run and pass. No, the Sooners too, 30th in total defense, allowing 319 yards a game. But Texas have played the toughest schedule and double-digit wins on the road to Alabama and Baylor with their 26-point home win at Kansas. Play here Texas -5. Maryland and Ohio State college football pick for action on Saturday. Maryland improved to 5-0, a 44-17 home victory to Indiana. Terrapins rushed for 120 yards with 5 yards a carry. They allowed 116 yards on the ground to the Hoosiers with 205 passing on 41 attempts. Ty Glavoa completed 24 of 34 passes for 352 yards and 5 touchdowns. He averaged 10.4 yards per attempt and had a rushing touchdown. Ohio State 4-0, a 17-14 road victory 2 weeks ago to Notre Dame. Buckeyes rushed for 126 yards. They allowed 176 yards on the ground to the Fighting Irish with 175 passing on 25 attempts. Common Cord 21 of 37 for 240 yards with 6.5 yards per attempt. Buckeyes won on a 1-yard touchdown rush with a second remaining. Maryland 30th in total offense, rushing for 5.1 yards a carry and a strong passing attack. Buckeyes 6th in total defense as they're strong against the run and pass. Maryland has shown good defense this season. Last year, Ohio State won but didn't cover as the Terrapins put up 402 yards. Player Maryland plus 18.5. LSU and Missouri college football pick for action on Saturday. LSU fell to 3-2, a 55-49 road defeat to Ole Miss. The Tigers rushed for 223 yards. Defensively, they allowed 706 yards to the Rebels with 317 rushing and 389 passing. Jaden McDaniels hit on 27 of 36 for 414 yards and 4 touchdowns. He averaged 11.5 yards per attempt and ran for 99 yards and a touchdown. Missouri improved to 5-0, a 38-21 road win at Vanderbilt. The Tigers rushed for 137 yards. They limited the Commodores to 41 yards with 259 passing on 31 attempts. Brady Cook completed 33 of 41 passes for 395 yards with 4 touchdowns. He averaged 9.6 yards per pass attempt. LSU appeared to have lost their edge in toughness, ranking 117th in the nation in total defense. Teams rushed for 5 yards of carrying on them, and they allowed big plays in the passing game, giving up 13.3 yards per completion with 8 yards per attempt. Missouri faces their biggest test in their second SEC game. They're making huge plays in the passing game with 73% completion rate, 14 yards here per completion, and 10.5 yards per pass attempt. Missouri allows 243 yards passing and 63% completions. LSU 5-0 to the over. Missouri 3-1 to the over against the FBS. Play here LSU and Missouri over 62.5. Boston College and Army college football pick. Here we go. Action on Saturday. Boston College improved to 2-3 with a 27-24 home victory to Virginia. The Eagles rushed for 203 yards in victory. They held the Cavaliers to only 59 yards on the ground with 247 yards passing on 34 attempts. BC survived a -3 turnover margin. Thomas Castellanos hit on 16 of 26 for 183 yards with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He averaged 7 yards per rush with 78 passing yards. Army fell to 2-2, a 29-16 road defeat 2 weeks ago to Syracuse. Black Knights got outscored 26-6 in the second half. They rushed for 125 yards, averaging nearly 3 yards a carry. Defense, they allowed 158 rushing yards with 245 passing on 26 attempts. Bryson Daly hit on 9 of 21 for 145 yards with a touchdown and 2 interceptions. He averaged 6.9 yards per pass attempt and rushed for 47 yards. Second road game for BC, and in their first, they fell 56-28 at Louisville, gave up 194 yards rushing. Boston College is 98th in rush defense. They are also giving up huge plays in the passing game, allowing 14.7 yards per completion, 9.3 yards per pass attempt. Army, a high-volume rush team that has shown some spot passes here for big plays. Black Knights sit 33rd in total defense with really strength defending the pass. Play here Army -4. Rutgers and Wisconsin college football pick here for Saturday. Rutgers improved to 4-1 after their 52-3 home victory to FCS Wagner. Their loss came at Michigan 31-7 with notable home wins to Virginia Tech and Northwestern. Quarterback Gavin Wimsatt completing 54% of his passes, 7 yards per pass attempt. He has 5 touchdowns and an interception with 4 rushing touchdowns. Now Wisconsin improved to 3-1, a 38-17 road win at Purdue 2 weeks ago. Badgers rushed for 195 yards. They did surrender 194 yards to the Boilermakers with 202 rushing on 38 attempts. They had a +2 turnover margin. Tanner Mordecai completed 17 of 27 for 174 yards with an interception. He averaged 6.4 yards per attempt with 2 rushing touchdowns. Scarlet Knights' lone road game resulted in a 31-7 loss at Michigan. Scarlet Knights have the 97th ranked offense. They really struggle in the passing game, sitting near the bottom in the nation. It's been like this for several years now with the Rutgers offense. Badgers getting good production from their ground game with 5.4 yards per rush. Mordecai is beginning to get comfortable under center for the Badgers. They last met 2 seasons ago. Wisconsin posted a 52-3 win on the road. Respect the Badgers' road win at Big Ten Purdue. Player Wisconsin -13. UTSA and Temple college football pick for Saturday. UTSA 1-3 after that 45-14 road defeat 2 weeks ago to Tennessee. Roadrunners were down 31-0 at the half. They gained 88 rushing yards on 2.2 yards a carry. UTSA surrendered 303 yards rushing to the Volunteers with 209 passing on 33 attempts. The team had a -2 turnover margin. Frank Harris expected to return after missing 2 weeks due to injury. Harris in 2 games in 2023 completing 60% of his throws with 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. He's averaging a down 5.8 yards per pass attempt, but the past 2 seasons he's been really good at the program. Temple fell at 2-3, a 48-26 road defeat to Tulsa. Owls fell behind 21-3 at the half. They rushed for 44 yards with just over 2 yards per run. Temple allowed 289 yards rushing to the Golden Hurricane with 244 passing yards on 17 attempts. Owls had -2 turnover margin. E.J. Warner completed 27 of 49 passes for 269 yards with 2 touchdowns and an interception. He averaged just 5.5 yards per pass attempt. Temple 109th in total defense by allowing 409 yards a game. Teams run for 5 yards a carry on the Owls, and they allow 14 yards per completion and 8.6 yards per pass attempt. Owls struggling with the ground attack and with quarterback accuracy. A healthy Harris, a difference here. Play here UTSA -13. Western Michigan and Mississippi State college football pick for action on Saturday. Western Michigan is 2-3 after their 42-24 home victory at Ball State. Broncos rushed for 133 yards in the game. They limited the Cardinals to under 2 yards a carry with 316 passing yards on 37 attempts. Tristan Bourget hit on 24 of 39 for 328 yards with 3 touchdowns. He passed for 8.4 yards per attempt. Mississippi State drops to 2-3 after a 40-17 home defeat to Alabama. Bulldogs ran for 156 yards. They surrendered 193 rushing yards to the Crimson Tide with 164 passing on 13 attempts. A -3 turnover margin they had. Will Rogers completed 15 of 27 passes for 107 yards with a touchdown and 3 picks. He averaged just 4 yards per pass attempt. Broncos, an inexperienced team with 2 starters returning this year on the defense. Western Michigan 104th in total defense by allowing 405 yards a game with 4.5 yards per rush. They give up big plays in the passing game by allowing 14 yards per completion and 8.6 yards per pass attempt. Broncos have ugly losses on the road to Syracuse 48-7 and Iowa 41-10. This is the first mid-major FCS team the Bulldogs are playing, as they've had 4 games already against Power 5 conferences. Play here at Mississippi State -21.5. Toledo versus Massachusetts college football pick for action Saturday. Toledo improved to 4-1 after their 35-33 home victory in Northern Illinois. The Rockets rushed for 261 yards. They surrendered 186 yards to the Huskies with 258 passing on 31 attempts. DeQuan Finn hit on 16 of 20 for 281 yards and 2 touchdowns. He averaged 14 yards per pass attempt and had 61 rushing yards and a touchdown. UMass fell here to 1-5, a 52-28 home defeat to Arkansas State. Minutemen rushed for 112 yards with 4.5 yards a carry. They allowed 173 yards rushing to the Redwoods with 383 passing on 29 attempts. Payson Famanachan returned from injury, completed 29 of 38 for 269 yards. He had a touchdown and interception, averaging 7.1 yards per attempt. UMass has the 124th ranked defense, allowing 442 yards a game. They allow 5.3 yards per rush. Minutemen are giving up big plays in the passing game, allowing 17.7 yards per completion, 10.5 yards per pass attempt. Rockets with an experienced dual-threat quarterback will exploit this poor defense. Rockets hold teams of 4 yards per rush and just 6.6 yards per pass attempt. Play here Toledo -19. Marshall and NC State college football pick for action on Saturday. Marshall 4-0 after that 41-35 home victory at Old Dominion. Thundering Herd rushed for 189 yards. They surrendered 339 yards on the ground of the Monarchs with 95 passing on 25 attempts. Cam Fancher, 29-35 completion for 278 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he also had a pick there. He averaged 7.9 yards per attempt and ran for 102 yards. NC State 3-2 after the 13-10 home defeat to Louisville. Wolfpack blew a 10-zip halftime lead. They rushed for 89 yards for under 3 yards a carry. Team held the Cardinals to 20 rushing yards with 286 passing on 35 attempts. Brennan Armstrong completed 13 of 25 for 112 yards and 2 interceptions. He averaged only 4.5 yards per attempt but rushed for 61 yards. NC State is defending well, sitting 35th in total defense, holding teams to 322 yards a game. Teams are rushing for only 3.1 yards to carry on them. Marshall defending the pass well but not the run. Opponents are rushing for 5.7 yards a carry on the Thundering Herd. Armstrong is an experienced quarterback, and his running ability the difference here. Play here at NC State -6. All right, that was our college football pick show. Week 6, part 1. We got you 9 Saturday games. We'll keep breaking them up for you, have them throughout the week until we get all 49 games in for you this week. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have free college football picks updated all season long. Free picks every day from all the major sports like NFL, like Major League Baseball, NBA about 3 weeks away. Hockey about a week and a half away. Of course, lots of live shows over our channel with lots of cappers giving out picks starting at 6 a.m. Eastern time here with Morning Steam with Ramon, 9 a.m. Eastern time with Morning Steam with Ramon. Then we have 1 p.m. each time, midday plays with Mindy and Tiffany. So lots of live shows on the network, guys. Be sure to subscribe. Of course, don't forget to visit our site, Tony'sPicks.com, for our best plays. Our premium picks are there. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 15% off. We also offer props, so keep an eye on those prop packages from our cappers. Remember, on an all sports pass, props are included, so even better value there. All right, I'm Tony T. Back later with more free picks.